Welcome to my channel where every story comes to life. Step into engaging tales that stir your imagination. Let's begin today's new story. Meet Ethan Ramirez, a 38-year-old businessman living in the lively city of Seattle. For the past 10 years, Ethan had been working hard to grow his company and build a life with his wife, Isabella, who was 34 and worked as a successful marketing executive. Together, they had 2 young children, a son and a daughter. From the outside, their life appeared perfect. Friends often said how fortunate they were, how strong their relationship looked, and how nothing could ever come between them. But over the past 6 months, Ethan began noticing small changes. Isabella became more distant, often distracted, and spent more time on her phone than usual. She would talk about work events, late-night meetings, and occasional girls' nights out, which Ethan trusted at first. However, the way she smiled at her phone, the messages she never shared, and the rise in work commitments started to bother Ethan's instincts. Still, he didn't want to make assumptions. His friends reminded him that every marriage goes through ups and downs and that juggling work and kids could create distance. But at night, when Isabella was asleep next to him, Ethan would lie awake wondering if something more serious was behind her behavior. The turning point came when Isabella's boss, Luke, a 40-year-old tech company CEO, invited both of them to an exclusive business gathering at his luxury penthouse in downtown Seattle. Luke was the kind of man who carried himself with confidence and authority, a sharp, stylish executive whose smug smile always unsettled Ethan. He was wealthy, charming, and seemed to have it all, much like Ethan. But the way Luke looked at Isabella during company events, how his hand lingered slightly too long on her shoulder when they greeted, these things never sat well with Ethan. Still, Ethan dismissed it. After all, what kind of man would invite a couple to a party if he was secretly involved? Did he just hear that correctly? He moved a little closer, careful not to make a sound, his heart pounding hard in his chest as he listened in disbelief. "Does her husband know anything?" "You're playing with fire, man," the other voice said. "Nah," Luke answered confidently. "Ethan is too busy with his company to notice anything. And besides, Isabella knows how to keep things quiet. She's smarter than most women I've been with." Ethan's hands began to shake. His worst fear was now being confirmed right in front of him. His wife, the one person he trusted more than anyone, was having an affair with her boss. And the way Luke talked about her, like she was just another conquest in a long list of affairs, filled Ethan with anger. But he wasn't the kind of man to confront someone in the heat of the moment. No, he would be smart about it. Ethan remained hidden, listening as long as he could. He learned that the affair had been going on for nearly 6 months, with secret hotel meetings, late-night calls, and work trips that were really just cover-ups for their private meetings. By the time Ethan quietly slipped away from the garden, he had heard enough. That night, Ethan returned home with Isabella, pretending like nothing had changed. He smiled, laughed, and made small talk. But inside, his mind was racing with a plan. He wasn't going to confront her just yet. He needed something more. Solid, undeniable proof. Over the next few days, Ethan became a different man. He became strategic, careful and calculated in his actions. He secretly installed tracking software on Isabella's phone, accessed her email accounts, and even hired a private investigator. In the 2 weeks that followed, he collected everything he needed. Text messages between her and Luke, photos of them together at hotels, and even call records that confirmed what he had overheard that night. With every new piece of evidence, Ethan's heart broke a little more. But his determination only grew stronger. He wasn't going to simply confront her. When everything came out, it was going to be unforgettable. A month later, Luke hosted another event, this one even grander than the first, with more well-known guests in attendance. Ethan knew this was the perfect chance to set his plan in motion. He arrived at the party with Isabella, pretending to be the loving, supportive husband, while she remained completely unaware of what was coming. Halfway through the evening, Ethan politely stepped away from a conversation, saying, "Isabella," Ethan called out. He was about to give a toast. She smiled at him, completely unaware of the emotional storm that was about to unfold. As Ethan took the microphone, the room fell silent. All eyes turned toward him. Isabella stood beside Luke, her smile fading just a little as Ethan's eyes locked with hers. "I'd like to raise a toast to my amazing wife Isabella," Ethan began, his voice calm and steady. "For 10 years we've shared our lives, built a family, and created memories I once believed would last forever." The room remained silent, the atmosphere thick with tension. Ethan continued. "But sometimes life takes unexpected turns. Sometimes the people you trust the most are hiding secrets." Isabella's face turned pale, her eyes wide in disbelief. She took a step forward, but Ethan raised his hand, stopping her in place. "And tonight," he said, "in front of all of you, I want to share one of those secrets." With the press of a button, the projector screen behind him lit up. The crowd gasped. On the screen were images. Photos of Isabella and Luke entering hotels. Screenshots of their private text messages. Even audio recordings of their late-night phone calls. Ethan had uncovered every detail. Isabella stood frozen, her face pale as ash. But the audience had already made their judgment. Ethan looked straight at them, his voice calm but carrying a strong sense of finality. "In the end, secrets don't stay buried forever. And now, the truth is known to everyone." The aftermath came quickly and without mercy. Within days, Ethan filed for divorce, won full custody of the children, and ensured that Luke's professional reputation was destroyed. News of the affair became public, and Luke was forced to resign from his company amidst the scandal. As for Isabella, she lost everything: her marriage, her status in the community, and the trust of everyone around her. Ethan, on the other hand, found peace. He rebuilt his life from the ruins of betrayal, stronger and wiser than before. In the end, the greatest revenge wasn't just revealing the truth. It was regaining his joy. Wow, what a journey! Thank you for joining us on this emotional story of betrayal and ultimate revenge. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, so you never miss another powerful tale from Reddit Stories Unveiled. What would you have done if you were in Ethan's place? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next story.